Well, while we got a minute here, Phil, you were saying you were on a stream earlier with, was it VampKandy?
Yeah.
So you got into an argument with somebody?
No, Tonka got into an argument with King of Paul.
Oh, wait, really? Okay, see, I completely missed this shit. Like, I literally just woke up maybe fucking 5 minutes before the show came on because I like listening to it in the morning. What you want to give me the backstory?
That was a plug.
You want to give? Hey, I like this shit. That's why I pop on. I like listening.
The thing with King of Paul happened on Failure's show. He does it before this one, but yeah, he came on, and it was just this thing where everybody's like doxing. It's like, well, it's this part's public, this part's not public, and King of Paul tried to defend it a little.
Here we go.
You found it?
Yeah.
Make the call.
Well, there's 5 minutes until the Kumite starts. I can smash this shit down in about 30 seconds.
Fair enough.
There you go. Here you got 30 seconds. Go.
Kill it.
Go.
Wait, what?
I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll use me as an example. So I got dogs, and I've got a thread on there that they fuck with me, and the owner don't get along, right? But I have made about 6 threads, 1 community thread on the cannibal community, and I've interviewed Pero Loco, the owner of the cannibal, and just went through that to give people insight on that side. I've also covered pedophile stuff. I made CRP's thread, which I talked about yesterday. I apologize to CRP about it, but I never doxed him in it. But I used it in order to find out why he was conning somebody, and I talked to Professor to add context to the thread, and that was it. I actually never even used a photo.
You mean that guy who won't step up and actually say whether or not he was fucked? Because I don't believe his story.
He actually provided all the emails to me and Guardian. Like that
he provided some emails, but he refuses to speak on the situation.
Well,
now, I've seen some other things that hold on. I've seen other things from CRP that make it pretty fucking contingent on this motherfucker stepping up and saying something.
Well, from what I understand from Keen, and you'd have to talk to Guardian more, is that it has something with litigation, like legal advisory or something like that. You'd have to talk to the guy in order to understand that, but he did provide all the other shit.
No, that's the thing. That guy should be talking. No use in doxing CRP. There was no use in it at all.
Well, I don't think he was even that. I mean, the whole point of it was to go through his work thing. If you read his actual article that I wrote, all it was his history and his shady past. There was no address or information or anything like get this guy, or it wasn't even intended that way. In fact, when Sargon and V used it, I talked to Sargon, and you can ask Failure. I talked to somebody on stream yesterday about it because I was like, well, hold on. I told Sargon and them that I don't advocate for this, and that was not the intent of the thread. Like it's weaponizing that kind of autism. It's stupid to me. It's wrong. You shouldn't do that. But if it's something that I feel is public interest, or especially since this guy was trying to get into the YouTube community.
Just about that one guy.
Well, no.
What was the interest there? I gotta know.
Well, hold on, Taka. Because you had CRP coming in, and he had a history, an elusive history of previous jack-of-all-trade jobs where he's done either shady behavior or involved in shady shit, and he ran around and...
No, that's fucking false. No, there's one instance that you guys may have something on. The rest of it is you guys are all like, oh, well, he said he was selling books about how to be a director and shit. Like, no, who gives a fuck? Maybe that's fucking goofy self-help shit, but that's not fucking illegal. That's not a public interest.
Okay. Well, to me, it felt like it was. I don't like it. I don't like con people. I don't like.
All right, real quick. I want you to look at the chat real quick. Chat is writing self-help books a fucking public interest to dox someone.
Well, no, that's not even fucking fair. That's not even fair, and you keep calling it doxing. That's not what I said. I didn't say about public health.
I'm making sure we're taking all that part out of it. All that bit can be gone. The only thing that you would have that would be a fucking reason would be something to do with that fucking guy who was in a business transaction with. And at that point, it's not even a public interest. If they're having litigation, they're having litigation.
Well, yeah.
Fucking interest.
Yeah, but either way, I saw a guy in the YouTube community.
Wait, no, there's no either way. Stop talking. Stop talking past me. There's no either fucking way. You're full of shit. There's no either fucking way. There either is a public interest or there's not a public interest. There is no fucking public interest.
All right, well then fine. If it wasn't for you, that to me and a lot of other people, they disagree. You can easily go to the thread and see that people
disagree. They're fucking wrong.
Okay, well that's if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But there's other people who disagree, and there's people who talk about it all the time.
The truth. Fine, tell me the public interest. I'll be quiet for 30 seconds. Tell me the fucking public interest
Okay,
in somebody else's
either way, I'm not
fucking
going to convince
case.
you. All right, well, I'm not going to convince you, but to me and to some other people, we saw Coach Red Pill come in to a community, and it looked like he was doing some shady stuff. I was introduced to Professor Keen and all this other shit, and to me, it looked like there was some more shady stuff going on. Now, I looked into all
What was
the
he
other
doing
shit
that
he
was so
did.
shady?
To me, it looked like he was
What
scamming an
about this?
economics community out of money, and he faked to be an economist.
Proof of this.
That's what it looked like. The fucking emails between him and Keen, the articles that were written on
guy,
it. where he was holding
again,
it
no,
hostage.
that's one
the
guy.
contract. Well, hold on. The contract with CRP. Now, again, I've apologized to CRP if he felt that was the way after Sargon and V ran with it and did what they did.
Or you
because I didn't agree with that.
apologized to him, and you definitely fucking should have.
Well, I did, but that's not the point. After
Well,
what
I
Sargon and
agree.
V did.
Definitely fucking should have.
Right. But to me, I still believe he did shady shit. And a lot of other people
doesn't
agree
mean
with
you
that.
dox.
Shady
What?
shit. Indescript shady.
Yes. Yeah, he held an entire economics community hostage and when he was supposed to give it up for $1. It was fucking Coach
Oh,
Red
this
Pill.
website. It was no, that's not a community.
That's
That
in
is
the
one
contract.
fucking transaction with that guy over the website. I know about that shit. No, I'm not saying he was right for doing it.
God,
but it's
all
not a
right.
fucking
And
public
then you had,
interest.
yeah, but hold on, Taki. Then you had people like Professor Keen and people from that community coming out and saying that he scammed them out of thousands of dollars. You had people writing articles.
And one of them
posting
is
up saying-
coming out. When they're asked to speak on the subject, they say, I'll let this speak. I'll let this speak. No, they're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, but the evidence
So that
is
would be
there.
litigation fucking
not
happen.
it's not even about Professor Keen. The evidence is there. You have an entire community that said, yes, this happened. You have Professor Keen saying, yes, change your credit card.
Yes,
This
this
guy's
happened.
taking
What is
credit card
this
information.
community? Yes,
And then
what
for
happened?
9 months, he was collecting the payments every fucking time a subscription came out, and people were still getting scammed. And they had no idea. They had articles written by economic forums and economic blogs and websites that were talking about this was happening at the time it was happening. You can easily go to Twitter and look at
And
that means
no,
he
and
fucking was doing shit. Yes, he was doing
doesn't
shit.
mean that. That means people were fucking writing about it like you. That's what that means.
Yeah, because it's what, Tonka? It's public interest to some people. The economics community was pissed off. You had a guy who wasn't
Did he? No,
who
yes
lied
or
about
no?
being
Did
anonymous.
he face any consequences for these actions in a legal
No.
way? Yes or no?
No, that's the problem. He
Not.
didn't face shit. He
Why
never faced
didn't
shit,
he?
Just like Robert Geffing. No, hold on. Because nobody did shit about it. Just like Robert Geffing stole people's money and nobody did shit about it. It doesn't mean that he shouldn't be shown to be the fucking shitty con man he is if he's trying to scheme his way into another community. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like
Maybe
to
was
other
he
people.
scheming into? Where is the thing where he?
But
What
that's
is
what it
this
looked
you're
like.
talking about?
That's what it looked like.
Oh, it's
All right,
what
I
it
don't
looked
have
like. So you're the
solid proof.
fucking gatekeeper for the
Yes,
internet now, right? You're the fucking
No, I
gatekeeper.
didn't say that. No, don't straw man me. Don't straw man me, Tonka. That's not right. That's not what I said either. That's not
the
what I said.
stupid shit you sound
He's
like
not-
right now.
No.
It
No,
looked
that's
like
not
he was
true.
doing something.
He's
I just
got a
had
past
to do
history of
something.
doing it.
No, you're
He
fucking
has a
acting like
past
the
history of
internet
doing it,
cop.
Tonka.
That's why people are over this shit.
Oh my
Internet
fucking god.
cops.
I didn't say that, nor am I implying that. Stop
Then
straw
what are
manning
you
me, man.
doing?
That's not even fucking a fair argument.
Not straw man. Why the fuck are you
Yes,
jumping
are.
on?
You're like, oh, you're
You
gatekeeping,
can't do
you're this
shit.
and that. All I'm saying is that he looked like he was scheming. Other people agree to that. And the reason that he has a past where he has done shady or he's shown to do very fucking bad things to communities in the past suggests that he would again do it again. That's all I'm saying. And if me going out of my way to show that,
Again,
then I
waiting
guess
for
that's
some real
it.
evidence. You wouldn't be fucking apologizing to him if you were
there.
right.
No, I didn't apologize about the thread. I apologized if people took it out of context and used it to attack him personally. That's what I apologize for. I apologize to him and JF for that, because that's not what it was for. And it never was intended for that. In the article itself, there is no personal information, no family information, no go get him. I didn't address any of that. That wasn't the point.
You got his
Fucking
name and the
picture,
fucking
his
address to his
picture.
business.
Yes. What? His address isn't in the thread.
Name and the address to his business is in the fucking thread.
No, his address is. He doesn't have a business to his address. What are you talking about?
Address, yeah, it's in the fucking thread.
What business? What are you talking about? In the OP itself?
Shit.
Nobody posted it.
What?
Where? All it has is his name in it. There is no business. I didn't write any like this is his business address. Go and fuck with him. That's never in there.
When you
That's
put
not what-
someone's
no, that's not
name,
what
they
it
can
said.
trace things around.
keeps going because you put the name there because you know what you wanted to happen here. You know why you did this.
Out of con man, in my opinion.
A name is a dox if they don't want their name out there, you dumbass.
Fucker was on RT with his full name running around as an economist, and he lied about that.
You put a name on one of these goofy sites, and you just let people just put it up there, let people play with it. What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, I already apologized.
Is that why you're fucking being so fucking cowardly about it? Because that's what pisses me off about it. You know what the fuck you did. You know what the fuck you were trying to do with it.
Right now. No. I'm not being no cowardly.
Shitting about it right now. You are bullshitting. You're LARPing like some kind of fucking internet cop.
No, I'm not bullshitting right now like internet cop.
Your fucking name is the exceptional detective, you fucking goof.
No, Tonka.
Detective, you goof.
Exceptional detective, did you hear what I said earlier about putting names out there?
Stop taking this so fucking seriously, Tonka.
You're the one taking it seriously, you dumb fuck. You're the one doxing people, you goofy fuck.
Okay, all right. If that's what you think, then fine. Whatever, that's fine. Either way,
you dumb son of a bitch.
All right, fine.
You're a fucking police LARPer, you goof.
No.
Fucking name. Look at your fucking name. Look at your fucking name.
Who gives a shit, Tonka? But either way, I already
You,
apologized to the
officer
guy if that's what
detective.
it felt like that.
Apparently you do, officer detective, who must sit around and protect the internet from the evil CRP.
Oh, fuck off. That's so fucking dumb and gay and autistic.
Dumb and gay and autistic, and it's what the fuck you did. You are dumb and gay and autistic.
Well, fine. If that's what you think, then that's fine. And that's fucking fine. But I've already apologized to the guy if he felt that it was a dox. I've already talked to the guy and said, you know what, this is what I thought. That's the way it was. And then that's it.
It's a dox, you fucking retard.
That doesn't mean I'm going to take your goofy shit seriously when you act like this. Sit here and call everybody else cowards. Get the Ralph retort on. I got him on. You're too much of a pussy to go against him.
No, I don't talk to people who did what he did. That's a
Pussy.
little different.
Dox somebody,
already apologized.
faggot.
No. There's a difference from going into talking about somebody's past careers and doing shady shit to going after somebody's relationship, contacting the relationship's exes, going out of their way to talking to family members. There's a whole
you
other
put
thing.
out
How someone's name could cause that to happen, you fucking dumbass.
No, that's not. That's a whole nother fucking ball game from A to B. And me and Ralph worked our shit
No,
out
you
way
put out
after
a
that.
name, it can be traced back their entire life. You fucking
All right, well,
retard.
you know what? Fine. I'll own it. I'm sorry if that's the case. I'm sorry. I got
innocent faggoty fucking cherub when you're confronted. You're fucking pathetic, dude. Get some sack.
I'm not no fucking pathetic. Fuck off, Tonka. I'm
Oh,
talking
yes, you
right
fucking
now.
are with this
No,
shit.
I'm not.
Oh, you know
No, I'm
all
not.
about the internet, but you don't know what happens when you put a name on Kiwi Farms. Fuck out
I
of here.
didn't say that. I didn't fucking say that, Tonka. I sat here and said I already told you, explained exactly what I did and how I did it, and then I told
voice
you I
a little
apologized
deeper
to
so
guys.
you sound a little more manly. Get a little bass in that fucking tone, you goofy fucking faggot.
Oh, fuck off, Tonka. You're being a dick, man. I already fucking talked about this.
Dick
I
to
talked
a
about it
fucking
many times,
piece of
and I've
shit.
apologized.
You are
And how
a
am I
piece of
shit?
fucking shit.
How am I a piece of shit, Tonka?
You
What did
dox
I
people, you
fucking do
stupid
that's so bad?
People, you
motherfucker.
think you fucking protect the internet. You're a loser.
I didn't say I protect the fucking
Ooh,
internet.
yeah.
I didn't even imply that. Stop putting fucking words in my mouth, Tonka. Why don't you calm the fuck down?
Tim, yes or no? Did you put his name up? Yes or no?
Yes,
Are you
I
too much
did,
of a
man.
fucking
Just said that.
pussy to face Ralph retort after you called him out on the Kumite? Yes or no?
No, I'm not. We've already talked to each other. We apologize. He apologized already for that shit, and I said, that's great. Let's work it out.
Great.
You know, we fucking
Are you
talked
ready
it
to
out.
face him now? Because you've been crying for fucking 3 weeks. Oh, don't put me on with the Ralph retort. I can't go on with the Ralph retort. I'm not going against the
Why
Ralph
would I
retort.
face why do I need to face the
to
guy
go
that
against
him and
Ralph.
talk our shit out?
Somebody else to go
Argue
against
about it.
Ralph. I want to talk shit about him 24/7 and spam you with fucking Twitter shit, but I don't have the sack to face it.
That's your bullshit, Tonka. I talked it out with the guy. I just told you. I said me and him worked it out. We're fine. Now you're like, oh, why don't you go on there and start more drama out of nowhere? There's no
Oh,
more
it's not
fucking
start
drama.
more
to talk
Oh,
about.
really? Did you tell me to get him on or not? Yes or no? Was it
Yeah,
not your
that was
idea?
before
You
we
said to
worked
get
shit
him
out.
on, yes or no?
That was before we worked shit out. Now we worked it out, and you knew that.
Simple fucking question, officer. Yes or no?
I just said that was before. Yes, but that was before we worked it out,
Fucking
Tonka.
cocksucker trying to pretend it's
No,
anything.
I'm not gonna shut my fucking mouth. I'm not pretending. I'm telling you exactly what you asked. I'm giving you direct answers. Stop acting like you're something fucking better, putting words in my mouth. Also, the shit, Tonka. I
Shit in your
respect you. I like
fucking
your
mouth.
show, and I support
I
your
don't have
show,
to put
but
shit in
if
your
you're
fucking mouth. You need to
angry-
go look in the fucking mirror and realize you're the goddamn problem right now.
What am I doing that's so
You get
fucking
it?
bad? I'm
you get
answering
it?
your questions directly. I'm talking to you directly. I'm on the same level as you. So what
Get
the fuck
it.
am I doing that's so
You
fucking
ain't on
bad?
my fucking level, motherfucker. You'll never be on my level. You're too fucking fake.
You're on negative level
Damn
6.
fake to ever be on my fucking level, kid. You're too much of a fucking fake to be on my fucking level.
What am
You'll
I faking
never
about now,
fucking
talking?
get
Why
on
do you
my
keep
level
putting
this way.
words and straw manning me and doing all this fucking stupid shit
Man,
rather
you.
than answering me
I don't have
directly?
to straw man you.
Shit,
And I
you
don't have to
dumbass.
answer a goddamn thing to you, you fucking loser. You fucking
Okay, so
police
you can,
LARPing goof.
all right. What the fuck am I LARPing about now, Tonka? What else are you gonna just keep throwing out there that you're not answering
Real
fucking
quick,
questions on?
hey, Cat, if you think this guy's a goofy goddamn LARPer, throw me a 1.
Oh, yeah. Let me use the chat to fucking answer your question. Tonka, I haven't done shit to you. I'm fucking talking to you directly. I'm answering your questions.
Said
And more.
that
And I've
you
already
wanted to
admitted
come
that I'm
argue
apologizing to
this,
people,
that I
and that's
was
not
wrong
fucking good
about
enough.
something.
No,
Well,
shut
hop
the
your
fuck up,
happy
Tonka.
ass in it.
That's
No, you
not
don't tell
fucking
me to
good
shut
enough
up,
for
kid.
you.
You don't tell
Yeah,
me to shut
I do,
up, kid.
because you fucking
You better get your
yabbering at the
voice
mouth and
changer
put
that
words
has
in my
some
mouth, and
bass
I'm
in
not
that
even
tone
fucking
if you want to come
saying
at me, little man.
No.
You better get the voice changer with some bass in the tone. You want to come over here, little
What
motherfucker.
the fuck are you talking about, Tonka?
Talking about Tonka? Hey, shut up, Tonka. What are you talking about, Tonka? I can't believe you're doing this to me, Tonka. I can't believe you do this to me.
I'm not even talking. Why you put more
How
words in
could
my mouth?
you
I'm
do
not
this
here
to me?
whining. I'm
I
asking
can't
you,
believe you would
what
do
is your
such a
fucking
thing. Oh my
problem?
god.
No,
Oh my
didn't say
god.
that
Oh my
either,
god.
Tonka. Why do you keep making
Oh my
it more
god.
shit?
I'm not going to
Why
my
don't you
point.
just stay on point? Answer the fucking question, Tonka.
Oh my
That's your
god.
fucking problem, dude.
Problem is you're a fake. My problem is you're a LARPing fucking pussy. You're what's wrong with the
What am I
internet.
talking about, Tonka?
My problem is that you're a LARPing pussy.
All right, and what am I being a pussy and LARPing about, Tonka? Give me some examples. That I
You
haven't
won't
already
talk to
answered.
people,
You're not running an
doxing and pretending to
interrogation
be a
here, you dumb
detective.
son of a bitch.
What are you talking about? I won't talk about doxing. We're talking about it
This
right
isn't
now.
a fucking interrogation, you dumb fuck. Everybody knows but you. Welcome to that part of the fucking story where you go into the goddamn room, look in the fucking mirror, and do some pondering. You're the goddamn problem.
Well, and what's the problem? What have I done that's a problem right now? What is it that I've done that
You're
hasn't
not that
already been
retarded,
a problem?
officer.
No, I'm not being retarded. I'm answering you a fucking question. What have I done that I haven't either already talked to someone about and worked it out?
Answering your questions, pussy. Officer pussy. Officer pussy. I'm not answering
let me
shit.
finish. Be fucking real. Be fucking real.
Finish. No, I'm not letting you do shit.
What am I?
Oh,
No,
fuck you,
I'm
kid.
not talking. Yeah,
I'm not doing
you
shit.
can't.
Yeah,
You
keep
can't
la la la.
fucking
I don't
argue with
care.
me. Because either
can't
I
argue
own
with
it,
you.
I
Hang
talk
with me,
about
kid.
it, or I fucking apologize.
To this, but you ain't on my level. You'll never be on my level. You are some spurgy fucking 4chan kid who wants to be famous. You'll never be on my level. You wish you were Jim. You'll never be on my level.
I didn't fucking
Anybody, dude.
Detective, fake detective, you are the laughing stock of the fucking internet.
And how so? What am I fucking
There's
doing?
shit laughing at you
have
right
an
now.
answer. You're saying I'm LARPing. You haven't answered why. You say I'm a pussy. You haven't answered why. Yet I'm answering your question. I'm being
You're a
direct. I'm
fucking pussy.
apologizing.
I've been very direct on why you're a pussy. I don't repeat myself.
No, you haven't. You've just been yelling and jabbering at the mouth and sounding fucking spurgy. That's all you've been doing is yelling and yelling.
You
I'd rather
motherfucker.
talk to you than fucking
Listen,
yell, but we have to
you
go
know,
down and yell, and
you're
you're just mad for no reason.
LARPing
All because
faggot.
I came on here and said, hey, look, I want to make an argument about the
Listen to
stuff.
you.
And then you wanted me to answer
Listen
the
to
question
you.
and apologize. And I fucking did. So what is the fucking problem? Yeah, what? What about me?
Why don't you go on 4chan
I'm
and talk about
shit.
how much? Talk about your name some more on 4chan, because that's what that's for. You fucking dipshit.
What
Go
are
do
you
that.
fucking talking about 4chan in my name?
Go name
Fix
drop
the
yourself on
fucking
4chan
point,
if you more, you
Tonka.
fucking loser.
I'm talking. Yeah, what are you fucking talking about? I'm talking to you directly. I'm answering your fucking questions. I'm sitting there saying, oh yeah, I talked to this guy, I worked it out. Oh yeah, I apologize. I worked it out.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
have a
don't do it.
question. I told you. I told you. I didn't ask you shit. I told
So
you.
then what is the fucking problem with me, Tonka? Because I haven't had a problem with you.
You might
I've
need to
sat here and
rewind
owned
then,
all my
son.
shit.
Son,
What?
it's time to rewind. I don't repeat myself.
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna? I can't hear you. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold
I'm
on. I
not
can't hear
saying
you.
anything. You just stop. All right, I gotta go start my fucking show.
Is this where it
Here we
ended?
Sit around, think your fucking shit through.
Yeah,
Sit
that's
in the
pretty much the
fucking
end.
corner with your dunce cap on for about 2 hours and get your
Phil,
shit
you wanna
together,
pause that
motherfucker.
shit?
You a goddamn fool.
Now, I love screaming. I love screaming matches. Is there any way that you can continue this with King of Pole on the morning Kumite?
I don't think he wants to.
Well, I saw him in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still around. I saw him pop up, said a couple of things.
Maybe. Like
Failure.
the thing that he
Gotta
was
hit him up,
talking
get him
about.
in.
The thing that he was talking about that was annoying. We were talking about doxing, and he kept popping up like, "Well, I don't think it's that bad sometimes." And the answer to that is when I do it. Everybody knows that's what the answer to that. Well, when I do it, it's not that bad. So you think it's bad when it happened to you?
Exceptional detective in the chat right now. I'm here. I will come on. Do you feel like
God,
going for round
of
two?
course he'll come on. Bring him on.
I don't mean to be pulling like
No. It's good. It's just I know that he would love to come. Of course he fucking would.
Who is the fucking guy that managed Tyson? You remember?
Don
you know what I'm
King.
talking about? Don King. I'm not trying to be a Don King here. Set up fights and shit. But I would love to listen to some screaming this morning.
I don't think he'll scream again. I think he knows I got him the last time. I don't know.
Chat
maybe.
seems to like it. They seem to be looking for round two. I don't know. Chat, if you'd like a round two, just hit a 1. If you don't want a round two, just throw out a 2. Also, make sure to put live chat on. You want to switch that from top chat to live chat, because live chat's where all the fun posting is.
When he comes through, we'll see. We'll see. It's a pretty simple deal here. All right. Guys, simple. We got 2 guys in the room and then me. I'll say
I will mute myself and I will let you two gentlemen have
not
a friendly
necessarily.
conversation.
No, it isn't that. We'll take a quick poll of just us 3. It'll be easy to gauge it that way. I don't know much about the internet, but I seem to know enough about it that if you post someone's name on certain boards, certain things are going to happen. Yeah or nay? Is that a safe assumption?
Yeah, if you post up stuff, there's a potential stuff would happen, yeah. But I mean, my
especially if they're really
disliked
disliked.
different than most people's. Like I'm more of a life ruination guy. Like if you're posting
Oh yeah,
socials and finances and shit like that, that's when it's probably more serious.
yeah, that's your working definition. However, when people simply posted Exceptional Detective's name to me, he considered that a dox. He did it very quickly. That was his call. He said that was a dox, and I was like, oh, well, that's fucked up, and that's shitty that happened to you.
Well, I just want to watch you two scream for a while. I know that we wanted to talk about the honey badger video, but I mean, I'm planning on doing a video about MRAs, and I'm planning on addressing that video. So I don't want to give too much away. I'm trying to hype it up a little bit, to hold on to that, a little nugget of energy.
It's good.
So how long can we expect? Like 3 weeks for that video to come out?
Oh, a year and a half, 4.5 years, sometime in the 2030s.
You can have 3 babies by the time this shit comes out.
By the way, Jim, I love how Tonka just asked himself a question in the side chat. look at that question.
Oh yeah, Tonka, for some reason, and I don't know, far be it from me, the guy that has a fucking tin can on a string to talk about mics. But yeah, when you're just kind of sat back and chilled, you're very, very low. Sometimes you can't even hear you. And then when you get into it, you get really, really loud. But there's there's no middle ground. There's either 0 or 100.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I'm trying to find a good spot to sit in, I guess, to where maybe it'll work better. This is, I don't know. I'm gonna get a fucking headset like yours.
Oh, hey, I highly recommend a shitty, cheap $20 headset. It's amazing. Logitech is a great brand. Let me plug that. Logitech's shitty $20 Walmart headset. Good stuff.
Boom.
If you are afraid of bass, it's the best fucking headset to use. If you don't care about treble, get a fucking Logitech headset. It's the way to go.
Here's the thing with doxing. Like I've said this before, but I think a lot of this gets warped because it's like, oh, Tonka hates fucking, like, he hates that. Well, no. If you're a person who's walking around, well, yeah, I'll dox somebody. Yeah, if you could dox me, it's whatever. Okay, fine, that's you. Okay, that you've got your stance. Go by your stance. Don't flip the fuck out when you get the same rules that you're fucking throwing out to everybody.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna mute myself. You ladies,
Well, there's no need to yell. It's kind of ridiculous because right after that, we talked more about it, and Tonka made some good points, and I did apologize, and I've already sat there and apologized for a couple other things, and I had no hard feelings about it. It was actually kind of fun. It was intense.
It was fun and intense.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. We're fucking yelling at each other. It's blood sports, man. I don't try to take the shit personal. I don't think you should take it personal. It's when you make it personal is when it's a problem. Or I wouldn't be here saying it's all good. But, and also, I didn't ask to come on here, man. You saying of course was kind of silly because I was told to come on here, and your whole chat was like, get on. I'm just trying to entertain people, man.
No, that's all I'm doing. I'm still sore that you spammed me with stuff about the Ralph retort.
Yeah,
and refused to talk to him.
Well,
you talk to me about him every single day.
All right. Well, that was because of how personal it would have been, and I didn't feel comfortable with talking about something as personal as, let's talk about your ex-girlfriend. Let's talk about your ex-girlfriend's ex. Let's talk about, you see what I'm like? Let's talk about your family members, or let's do this, or let's do that. That's a whole nother ball game versus like, hey, let's talk about some shit on the internet. And to me, that doesn't equate to good conversation that other people need to talk about or need to know about. That's kind of personal. Like, would you want to argue with someone about your ex-girlfriend on the internet in front of a bunch of people? Does that make sense to you?
I mean, I could.
I mean, you could, but does that sound okay to you? Does that sound appropriate compared to like arguing about some internet drama?
I mean, I've done it before. You're talking to the wrong person for this. Most people know.
Right. Okay. Well, fine. But to be fair to Ralph, we did work it out. He showed me that he did apologize back in the day, and I never saw it. He wrote an article about it, and we talked a little bit, and we worked it out. I was kind of surprised I never saw it, or I never remembered it, or anything like that. It was so long ago. I mean, we're talking like 4 years.
Can the audience ask a question here? Okay, exceptional detective.
The audience has been asking me questions.
No, the audience, as in this audience, me. The audience member sitting would like to ask a question.
What's up, Jim?
Billy has raised his hand.
Now you said that you wanted to set something up to come on the Kumite with Tonka, but that was before, and Ralph is bringing up past shit, and you don't want to talk about it. Which fine, fair enough. But Ralph wrote articles about you 2 and 3 years ago talking about personal shit. So you would have known that going in to talk to Tonka and saying set something up. He already did that.
No, what I'm talking about is he wrote an article apologizing about that. That's what I did not see.
No. What I'm saying is you said to Tonka, I don't want to have a discussion with Ralph. He's going to bring up personal shit like ex-girlfriends. He already did that 2 years ago.
Right, but I'd rather not it get echoed to thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, no, but why would you ask him to set it up then if it's already been?
I didn't ask him to set it up for me and him in the beginning until I realized that it was a bad idea. It was probably a bad idea, and then I said, no, I got real life shit going on that I don't really need people to refocus on it because you see, it's kind of weird because compared to other people, nothing against you, Tonka. I know you were doxxed by Destiny, that was shitty and stuff like that. I have when people dox me, they take it to an extremity that it makes no fucking sense. Like I said, recently I had a guy try to get me fired at my job.
Hold on.
And I've had about 5 different swatting attempts.
Specific example, because what we were talking about earlier, they're pertaining to specific examples. Turn into chambers over here.
No.
But we were talking about the thing with Base Mama, where she was threatening to throw out a dox on, I think, who the fuck was it? Is that Sargon?
Right.
And then I brought up the example about how you were doxxed. And that was just the guy throwing your name at me. And what did I do?
Right.
What did I do when that happened? Because of your reaction?
I don't know. I'm at work. I work out of my vehicle. So
no, you retweeted it. I said that's fucking shitty. Fuck out of here.
No, yeah, you said that was shitty. Yeah, that's right. That's
shitty. Fuck out of here. Yeah, and you didn't want your name to go. So if you don't want that to happen to you, how can you run around and do that to somebody else and act like it isn't that big of a deal? That's the nice way to put it. I was pissed off earlier because we were talking about something different. There was a bunch of different things we were talking about, and then you come in and that being your counterpoint.
When you put it in that context, you're right. That's probably the wrong thing to do, which is why, like I said, I went to JF and CRP and I said, look, that was not okay with me, and I didn't condone anything that Sargon or B said. Like I said, I was on Failure Stream yesterday talking about it a bit and going in depth, and then I had somebody come into the stream asking me the same type of questions, and I read the conversation I had with Sargon when he put out that fucking video, where I was like, I didn't condone that, I wasn't okay with that, that's not what my intention was, regardless of the fact But yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, okay, and that's what I was trying to get over with.
I couldn't hear it between
frustrating
the
me.
yelling and the insults back and forth. Which you had a better microphone. To be fair, I'm on a phone in my vehicle.
This is highly disappointing. You sewing circle faggots. I was expecting screaming and hair
yeah.
Well, he apologized after it was over. That's why it was over. There's still a bunch of like minutes there, but like he was already
exceptional
done.
detective. I have one other question for you because this actually is from the chat. They keep bringing up Dragon
What?
Killer. What's the story with that? What's going on? with
What
that?
is
There's
this
a-
thing with DSP? Are you doxing people in the DSP thing? Or you're
I'm not
done,
fucking
right?
doxing people in the DSP. Goddamn.
Okay, I'm just
no,
that was a question.
Yeah, I'll explain it again. I explain on failures. DRGN Killer is a guy who has like over 100,000 tweets. I could be wrong, but I know it's up there, nearing that number. Just harassing and talking about Phil. He was a part of the SOK when I remember it. And when the SOK fell out, and there was a lot of streams going on about it, there was a lot of the SOK members, one member in particular named Che, who came out and said that none of them were clean. They were all fucking dirty, and they were involved in a lot of shit. Now, there were allegations of swatting involved with Darkside Phil. Darkside Phil claimed that these things happen. It could be a lie. It could not be true at all. And then there was a lot of evidence congruent to that suggested some other stuff. Then you had other parties writing ED articles on the SOK back in 2013, 2014. There was a lot of autism, a lot of fucking crazy shit going on, a lot of weird psyops and attacks on each other. And yesterday, some guy who tried to form a new SOK or something, who turned out to be some like weird black neo-Nazi guy. I could be wrong on that, but from what I saw, he was just like a really hard alt-righter. I tried to make a new SOK. Well, he got fucked with. And this guy came out and was like, everybody leave him alone. Don't you remember how good Fred Fucks and the SOK did? What about my water charity? You guys should, there's nothing wrong with the new SOK. My water charity, Fred Fucks did nothing wrong. And I made a statement on Kiwi Farm saying, well, this fucking guy has run around and harassed people, A-log people, and done all this shit. And he thinks he can just run around and say shit like that. Why hasn't anybody outed this guy? Why hasn't anybody talked about this guy? And that was the statement I made. And then him and the other former SOK member, were running around saying, oh, look at what he's doing. He's trying to get Dragon Killer dragged through the mud on the internet. And in a sense, fuck him. I don't agree with what he was doing. And I don't think he should sit there and white knight for somebody like Fred Fox after the amount of shit that they went through and did to people. It was pretty fucking dirty. Fuck, they used me to go after some people. And so it's a little personal for me. But they used a lot of people, to be fair.
Why do you want to be in this position where you get used for this kind of shit?
Well, I wasn't. This was a while ago. I didn't put myself in that position. I thought a lot of people were used by this guy, but a lot of people thought at the time that this was all going down, that there was a lot of stuff going on. Like the whole SOK thing and that falling out is a fucking conglomerate of a mess. You'd have to go and read into it, and there's so much shit to talk about that if I were to try to touch it just a bit, it wouldn't even gape the scope of it, and then I'd probably forget something or leave something out or get accused of fucking taking something out of context or lying or something. It's one thing or another. I'm not an encyclopedia. I can't remember all the shit that goes down in that when that kind of shit happens.
Yeah, that's just a question Chad had, so I wanted to throw it out there because apparently nobody's going to scream at each other, and I've been sold a bad bill of goods. I was waiting for round 2.
Well,
no, it was good fun, man. Like I said, that was my first.
He gets the point. After I yelled for a lot and explained it, he got.
I didn't get it when you were yelling. All I got was you pissing me off.
Well, see now you're saying I pissed you off. What the fuck?
Well, I said that's why I said when we were yelling at each other, I said I'd rather just fucking talk, but all you want to do is yell, and I can't fucking understand it between pussy, cunt,
all
this,
right.
that.
What were you saying over in like the side thing? Like you have this thing where you'll see. Well, it's okay that I'm doing it because they're
I didn't
doing
say it was
wrong.
okay. What I did was wrong. No one else.
No, I'm saying in your head, it's okay that you're doing it because you're doing the right thing. This is the shit that you put into the internet. You can't be surprised what you get back.
I'm not surprised. I'm not sitting here being surprised. Nor am I. I guess in a sense I could think that, and I guess in some sense that's true. But not to me, it's not what I was intending. Again,
for sure,
I wasn't trying to do it that way. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, and so that is fair.
The morning hug box. That's what
you know what? No, we'll have some. I'll give you some blood sports right now, Jim. I got something for you, Jim. Okay. Why is it that you don't ever want to re-challenge me in Street Fighter after you thought you got the crown, but I'll own your ass in Melty Blood 30-0? Why is it that you like to run from fights, man?
Well, I usually only play it once a year, and if I remember right, Street Fighter 4, I rented the game, had never played it before. You've been playing it for 30 hours, and I mopped the floor with your ass. And
Yeah,
Melty
and then
Blood,
what
if I
happened-
remember
said-
it, if I
said-
remember Melty Blood, you played that for like 20 or 30 hours. I bought the game.
Oh,
Played
here
it
we
for
go.
an hour or two. Found a character to get around your one.
I don't know. I kind of remember.
Found a
me
character
going,
to get
"Hey,
around
Jim."
your one combo.
No.
and mopped the floor with you.
Fuck you, Jim. I remember. I fucking permanently remember going, "Hey, Jim, rematch me in Street Fighter." You're like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that. I already mopped you the first time. I can't give you that run back." And I was like, "Are you sure? It'll go fine. Let's go play Melty Blood instead."
Yeah, because I'm not gay.
What happened?
Paul, I'm not gay. I didn't buy the fucking game. I rented it for an afternoon. I'm not gonna buy Street Fighter 5. It's dog shit.
I don't know.
money on Street Fighter 5?
I just hear excuses, Jim. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's all I hear.
All I know is you play these games for an inordinate amount of time to get good, and then I pop in after an hour and start kicking your ass. That's all I don't
You
know.
want to
I don't know
go
how to
rematch?
explain it.
We can do Street Fighter. I'll rent it for you. We can rematch.
I'm not going to buy a horrible fighting game just to kick
I
your
said
ass.
I'll rent it for you. No. I said I'll rent it for you. I'll
hold
rematch
on.
you. Just
How are you
Jim.
going to rent it for me? How are you going to rent it for me?
Hold on, Jim. If I get you Street Fighter, can we stream you against King of Poland Street Fighter?
Oh, he will get his ass handed to him. You don't want to do that.
Tonka, you're going to spend money on Street Fighter 5.
It's actually really good now, Jim. You should think about it. The arcade edition is pretty decent.
Yeah, it's super good. That's why everybody's
content.
clamoring for more content from
It's
it.
content.
Content.
Hey, Jim, you want to play that pirate game with me on Monday? The Black Wake game?
Like talking about the Sea of Thieves or something like that.
No, it's called Black Wake.
I will tell you what, Tonka, to make up for this abysmal failure of a blood sport that's going on right now, this fucking tampon hand-holding, my doll loving fucking sewing circle, I will rematch him. If you want to fucking get me Street Fighter 5, I will rematch this Vegan. I'll let you stream it next week.
All right.
Boom.
Okay, Jim, do you want me to body you with Bison or Guile? Which one? Pick.
I think you're going to need to practice another 100 hours to have a chance.
Okay. Are you sure you
got
don't
a
want to
week.
pick?
Good luck. It's 5 days.
I'll tell you what. Guile's my main. So you want me to just go with Bison just to make it easier for you?
Oh no, I want you to use your best character, so it's even more embarrassing.
Okay, so you want me to double perfect you? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, double perfect. Yeah, write that one in the books.
I am right now.
Okay. Fucking detective, you've got to send me the exact version of Street Fighter because you know how those fucking Street Fighters are.
The versions really don't matter.
Just write it down for me and send it over so I make sure I get the right one for him. You know
it's
that's
Street Fighter
fucking
5
shit.
Arcade Edition, and that'll give him 2 seasons worth of characters. So that should be enough. He just won't have access to like the core
What
and
does
Blanca.
that even mean?
Oh yeah, welcome to the new age. Yeah, seasons
Yeah,
of characters.
this is the sad truth that we're in, Tonka. I have to say it that way, but it is true.
Hey, Jim, you want to play golf with friends?
Now I want to drink bleach.
Jesus
This is what I want to fucking do.
Okay, hold on. What about? Do you have the Charming Man video at least, Failure? I know that you have that. Do you have that?
Oh, fucking Charming Man video. Okay, I'll load that one up. And he's Mitch now.
Have you seen the Charming Man video, Jim?
No, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh God, you're lucky. Failure
boy.
makes sure that everybody knows who he is. No time for the fucking roast thing now. No, go to the video. Go to the video.
Okay. No. I'm not bringing up the roast. I'm not bringing up the fucking roast. I was just asking if you ever seen Deep Space Nine.
Good deal.
Have you ever seen Deep Space Nine, Jim?
Deep Space Nine? Or no? Well, yeah, the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I guess. I was more of a guy that watched Babylon 5. Is that what it is?
Motherfucker looks like one of the characters.
What was with the fucking? Am I thinking of the right? I don't fucking know this sci-fi nerd shit. Yeah, maybe.
Thank you.
Why are we bringing up Deep Space Nine?
Yeah, that's Failure. Thank you, Failure.
Because he looked like Dr. Bashir.
He looks like Dr. Bashir. Okay.
I don't even know
Failure.
what
Do
the
you
fuck that
remember
is.
Farscape? Do you remember Farscape? Failure.
I never watched.
Oh, God.
That's some nerdy shit.
Oh God.
Play the video. I'll kill you both.
Get away from me with that nerdy shit.
Murder.
I'll murder you. At some fucking golf for friends.